Between Knowledge and Faith, an epistemological journey from Said Nursi to Kant, from Ghazali to Kierkegaard. Abstract. This article examines humanity's ancient quest for knowledge from an epistemological perspective. Epistemology, as one of the fundamental branches of philosophy, questions the nature, sources, limits, and validity of knowledge. The study comparatively analyzes the understandings of knowledge held by Imam Ghazali and Said Nursi from the Islamic intellectual tradition, alongside the epistemological approaches of Immanuel Kant and Soren Kierkegaard from modern Western philosophy. Ghazali's journey from skepticism to knowledge based on intuition and revelation, Kant's transcendental idealism that defines the limits of reason, and Kierkegaard's emphasis on subjective truth and the leap of faith beyond reason are analyzed in detail. In this context, Said Nursi's unique epistemology that synthesizes reason, heart, and revelation with a holistic approach, grounds faith with rational and logical proofs, and transforms knowledge from mere mental affirmation into a spiritual insight experienced in the heart, is deeply explored. The article highlights the importance of Nursi's epistemological solutions against modern challenges, such as the science-religion conflict and materialism, revealing the philosophical depth and contemporary relevance of his understanding of knowledge. All arguments are supported by quotations from the works of the respective thinkers, the Holy Quran, and authentic hadiths, and are documented with academic references. Introduction. Throughout human history, questions concerning the nature of existence and knowledge have been fundamental issues occupying the minds of thinkers. Questions such as, who am I? Where did I come from? Where am I going? What is reality? And how do I attain knowledge? Have formed the main axis of philosophical thought, particularly epistemology. Epistemology, or the philosophy of knowledge, is one of the fundamental branches of philosophy that examines topics such as the source, structure, scope, limits, and validity of knowledge. This field has a rich intellectual tradition extending from ancient Greece to the present day, with different civilizations and schools of thought developing their own unique approaches to knowledge. This article aims to comparatively examine the epistemological approaches of four prominent thinkers, both from the Islamic intellectual tradition and modern Western philosophy, in this multifaceted journey of the quest for knowledge. These four figures have offered diverse yet profound perspectives on ways to attain knowledge, the role of reason and faith, the limits of knowledge, and the nature of truth. Ghazali, starting from his skepticism, emphasized the limitations of reason and the senses, arguing that the heart is the gate to intuitive and divine knowledge. Kant meticulously defined the limits of human reason, demonstrating how knowledge is constructed through experience and the categories of the intellect, but declared the noumenal realm to be unknowable. Kierkegaard, on the other hand, emphasized the importance of individual faith and existential experience against rational systems, asserting that truth is subjective and faith is a leap beyond reason. Within this intellectual tradition, Said Nursi occupies a unique position by harmonizing Islamic sources of knowledge with modern science and logic, thereby integrating reason, heart, and revelation into a holistic epistemology. Nursi sought to demonstrate that faith is not merely a matter of belief, but also a knowledge and spiritual insight that can be substantiated with rational and logical proofs and experienced in the heart. This article aims to deeply analyze the epistemological frameworks of the aforementioned thinkers, revealing Said Nursi's unique synthesis within this vast intellectual heritage, and the solutions he offered to the challenges of knowledge in the modern age. This comparative analysis will not only help us understand the historical development of knowledge, but also offer a new perspective on contemporary discussions regarding the science-religion relationship and the rational foundations of faith. Section 1. Foundations of Epistemology and Historical Background. Epistemology is the branch of philosophy that investigates the nature, sources, scope, limits, and validity of knowledge. Its fundamental questions include: what is knowledge? What are the sources of knowledge? How is knowledge attained? Is knowledge valid? And what is reality, and how can we know it? The answers given to these questions have led to the emergence of different schools in the history of philosophy. Section 1.1: Understanding of Knowledge in Ancient and Islamic Philosophy. Ancient Greek philosophy is one of the first significant stopping points for epistemological inquiries. Plato argued that the sensory world is deceptive and that true knowledge resides in the unchanging, eternal world of forms. According to him, knowledge is obtained through the soul's recollection of these forms, anamnesis. Aristotle, conversely, posited that knowledge begins with sensory experiences, but that the intellect processes these experiences to form concepts, and universal knowledge can be attained through deductive reasoning. Islamic philosophy, inheriting the legacy of ancient Greece, but with a revelation-centric perspective, made significant contributions to epistemology. Islamic thinkers accepted the senses, his, the intellect, aql, and revelation, wahi, as sources of knowledge. Rationalist-leaning philosophers like Al-Farabi and Ibn Sina emphasized the central role of intellect and logic in acquiring knowledge. According to them, the intellect both processes sensory data to form concepts and can attain knowledge about metaphysical realities. Ibn Sina stated that knowledge is derived from both sensory experience and intellectual inference, and that ultimate knowledge is inspiration and intuition gained through the active intellect. Modern Western philosophy experienced a radical transformation in epistemology following the Renaissance and Reformation alongside the scientific revolution. René Descartes, challenging medieval scholastic thought, laid the foundation for certain knowledge with his methodical skepticism, which questioned everything, leading to the proposition, "I think, therefore I am," cogito ergo sum. Descartes became a pioneer of rationalism, which sees reason as the source of knowledge. According to him, clear and distinct ideas are innate knowledge, and certain knowledge can be attained through reasoning.